Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim coming to you from inside the Crasher here in Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida. Another fine day in retirement. Free life. You know what I got to do this morning? After I make this coffee. Oh, the back is still a little sore, but much better, thank you. First, we got to finish this creamer before I start doing cowboy coffee. We're going to talk about diet again this morning. Oh, God, here he goes. Can't believe a damn thing he says. What's he doing? He goes around and finds metal and junk. All right, let's take a look at this coffee I made here, this McDonald's McCaffey. I went with 3 scoops and 2 bottles of water. Crushed the bottles. And let's just, first we got to get hopped up before I can tell you all my stuff. Oh, that first taste passing through my lips at 7:06 a.m. I've been up for about 45 minutes. Oh, man. That creamer, whoever turned me on to this heavy whipping cream, it ruined me. Ruined me. Let's add a little more cowboy coffee to it. I'm already starting to feel it hit my veins. Well, today's a big day. I'm going to talk about it. Oh, man. I feel the caffeine coming in and the sleep and the drowsiness trying to be pushed out. Folks, McCaffey coffee with heavy whipping cream. Sippable, slurpable. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. Oh my gosh, that's good coffee. I'm telling you. There's something about that first cup. So I got up this morning, made my bed. I don't have to show you. You know, the morning I say that is the morning I really didn't make it. Oh, man, wake up. Work. Work. What a camper. What a camper. That boy, he can't. When my feet hit the ground, that baby's made. But I'm going to tell you what I did last night that I'm really proud of. Let me get everything out of the way and make it all pretty again. Look, you see this kitchen? Let me turn this. I was going to say, let me turn the oven around. Let me turn the camera around. All right. Last night, after I made my sausage, peppers, and onions, my back. I did some dishes, and let me back out for you. And, you know, I don't like having any dishes there. I put a towel down right here, and I put my clean dishes to dry there, and I started, you know, looking around in here, and, you know, coffee, when I make coffee in the morning, some of the grounds will get under here and stuff, you know, spilling it. And then the dust will accumulate like in the cracks back in here. And oils, you know, from cooking. I've used the stove. I guess they settle. And I took a rag and I was wiping with Dawn dish liquid and a washcloth, actually, not the sponge. I really got a nice soapy washcloth. And I started washing and wiping, and then I took a hand towel and went behind it and polished it and shined it. I could not believe the dirt, the dust, the oil in my shiny, beautiful grout turn the light on there so you can appreciate the beauty of this gorgeous FK front kitchen. BS bed slide. But look at my kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. Minimalist kitchen. You got your coffee maker, your candle, your paper towels, and your flowers. And that's it. Beautiful glass window there. I don't open this one very much. Let's have some more coffee. All right, so it's beautiful, right? Look at all the counter space this camper has. If you ever gone in an RV, they got this much. You got all that. That's all you get in a sink about that big. And you're supposed to work with that. I mean, I use all this space. And, you know, when you're not using the stove, you do have that topper. I mean, so you've got, I mean, it's amazing. And the cabinetry, this kitchen design, there's hardly anything in any of these. That's a drawer down here where I used to keep my gold. What's in there, by the way? Oh, it's that new big ass waffle maker they got to use to make the chaffles, whatever they're called. You just use egg and cheese. So anyway, what I discovered was the camper's got to be cleaned. I mean, there is dirt. I didn't wipe any of this down yet. One room at a time. I'm glad I don't have a big 40, 50 foot fifth wheel because I've got to get up in here. I turned on my bedroom TV last night. I forgot I had it. And I got up in there and I pulled it out and pointed it towards the bed. I watched it about 30 seconds before I went to sleep. Woke up to turn it off. And on top of that valance in there, I'm not even going to show you. Yeah. Top of this. We got to get busy, folks. We got to get busy. This was an eye-opener to me. And we ain't going to have it. Probably why I'm sneezing all the time. Going to get a 5-gallon bucket in the, right off the front of my camper there. I'm going to fill it halfway with water and some Dawn. And I'm going to take a wash rag. I'm going to throw it away when I'm done. And a dish towel to dry afterwards. And I'm going to start wiping walls. I'm going to get dust. I'm going to wash. I'm not going to dust. I'm going to wash. And I'm going to make this baby brand new. I do keep my AC filters clean. I just cleaned them the other day. Very important to do that. Let me turn around. All right. So here's the deal that I want to talk about this morning. Oh, delicious. You want to go outside first and turn the lights out? That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. I'm telling you, it's good. Let's come on out. Don't slam the dang door. All right. See, we got the lights on. They're on up there too. The V lights on. Let's shut her down. Here. Get these off. Gotta reach down here. Pull the little fuse out. Right there. This is the bucket I'm going to use. Clean the camper. I was thinking about the griddle issue. I watched a couple YouTube videos. It's fixable. And I think what it is the... you're not supposed to leave these tanks on. And I think when I left that, what do you call this thing right here? Hope I don't tear it or hurt my finger. This is where that chest camera holder is going to come in handy today. I hope it arrives today. All right. So I disconnected it. See? They're talking about this valve right here. Regulator has a safety feature in it. Like the front of your camper, like the ones in here. Not there. I guess this thing right here. That if pressure stays on it, you're supposed to turn the valves and let the air out. And then come behind it. After you do that, let it purge and let that open again. And then, let's see if we can do this. You know how it kills my back. Let's see if I can possibly do it. Can you see me here? I'm gonna try to, you have no how hard this is at my age. Oh gosh. I'm trying to pull that down. I may have got it. Yeah, I did. Oh! Now, I turned it on. I turned it on here. Now, do you think we'll have a bingo? Do you think it reset overnight? Ready? It does. That's what it is. It's from me leaving this gas on. Look at that. Works. It works, all right. So what you do is you shut it off, and you never want to fail. This guy on YouTube last night, he was very helpful. You never want to fail to turn your gas off. Because as that line stays pressurized, it keeps, go ahead and purge that out. It makes whatever's in there, that safety feature. And then this one here, close a valve where you can't get any fire. So we fixed it. We absolutely fixed it, folks. Let's put the cover back on it. All right. Then we're going to talk about something else. Near and dear to my teeth. See? Got a saying when something doesn't work. I told you already when I was in the car business and I sold Hondas, we were so confident that the Honda was reliable, it never broke, that when people came in and complained about something in the service department, the first thing that the service guys would say, I learned it from them, customer would pull in the driveway, hey, this car, he goes, well, it ain't the car. It ain't the grill. So we fixed it, huh? I was sleeping about it last night. I was dreaming about it. I knew it would work. I knew that was what it was. But some of you said that too. And some of you said and looked at some parts at Home Depot for me and everything. Listen, thank you very much for taking the time to get involved. Let's have some cowboy coffee and celebrate. But yeah, all of you that absolutely were trying to help me, God bless you. Thank you so much. Really, I do appreciate that. All the comments, all the tips and help. So now, let's go into something you're going to laugh at. Well, first, what time is it? I got to hurry up. I got to get out of here. All right. I was scheduled to spend another 3 G's, 2,500, at the dentist on December 5. And, You know, because I went with the first time, I had 19,000 teeth that needed to be replaced and crowned. I'm sorry, they wanted to spend $19,000 on me. I knew what I was saying. I was just making a joke. Yeah, 19 grand to hit me up. You go in there for a filling, and it's going to cost you $6 grand sales pitch. Then you walk out of there for 600. But they do that to everybody. It's like, you know, once you get past that, they're nice people, but they have a system to psychologically get you thinking way up here, so that when you agree to already in a very exorbitant amount of money to do a tooth repair, like $2,500, like 2 times within a week, $5,000, you know, they've won. And I know that's what it costs. It's everybody you talk to, I got 10 grand in my mouth. I spent so much money. Well, I'm getting ready to do it too. And I'm going to do it this morning. I moved it up from Friday to this morning in a couple of hours, in an hour and a half. Why? Because my worst fears came true. My worst fears didn't come true, and that would be, you know, an exposed nerve and need a root canal and all that on top of it. But the next 2 teeth that were just as important to crown, as the 2 I did already, one is here and one is over here. The 2 I did were together. The one back here was going to be the second most important to the next one that was here. Then this one moved up on the ladder while in the chair at the dentist to this one is the next most important. But there was kind of a tie. They were like racing to see who was, well, this one did what this one did about a week ago, and the other half, the tooth came off, leaving only the amalgam. That's all I have. When this one broke and the amalgam was left, the amalgam within an hour or so came off, and it was just a hole in my head. So I had all these capped, these 2. No regrets. It's great. Cemented in there, the real deals, not just the temporaries. It's done. So I started moving towards working on some more, spending more money, and it was really breaking my heart, because all that money that I'm spending on myself, which is the better thing, is not going to be spent on travel and gas and, you know, vacation, fun, piss it away. Nope, it's going in my mouth. Some of you don't know me that well, but for me to spend money at a doctor or go to a doctor, I got to be nearly dead, even with Medicare. So, going this morning because the other tooth, half of it broke off, and the last thing I want is another hole in my head and maybe experience pain or get an infection. So, called them up yesterday. By the grace of God, they said, yeah, take you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I said, well, slide my name in there. So I got to get in the shower now and go. And so when I get back, I'll be all numb. And putting the bike together might be a challenge. I hope to put the e-bike together today. Going to the beach and diving. I'm waiting for Amazon to deliver my new mask, snorkel, and fins, as well as my POV camera holder, so I can do the video of putting the bike together and everything else. So I'm going to be waiting for that. That might be later in the day. I'm going to be numb anyway. I'm not going to be able to eat till this evening. And then I got to be careful because they want 24 hours for the, you know, you only have temporaries, number one. It's not 24 hours. That's when you get your permanent teeth. So I'm definitely going to be out on the eating. And let me hurry up here because I got to get going. The final thing I want to talk about regarding diet is, and I know a lot of you are going to laugh, Jim Bauer and everybody else, Saul, Tatman, all these others. I don't know how many of you out there on that dinosaur diet, but a lot of you are. And you do very well with it. And you know a lot about it. And you send me links and videos. And even though I'm stubborn and I tried it and I quit it and I try it again and I'm half-ass on it and all these things that I do compared to what you do, I tuned into a video last night. The guy was this big around. and he had glasses, big nose, big teeth, but he was very entertaining. He talked about, I know you know who he is. I forget his name. Looks anorexic. He started talking about how wonderful you feel if you do a 3-day fast and all the stages that you go into after 15, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, your second day, your third day. How do you break the fast? Who should do the fast? Who shouldn't do the fast? And what your body, and he kept making it so positive, how wonderful that feels then. And all these things are getting out of you and getting in you, and you're resetting your body, and you're doing all that. I mean, I got it all in here. I heard it all. I watched the whole thing. And what it did to me was it shook me again, because I want to lose a few pounds. I want to be Jack LaLanne. I want to be, Mr. Universe. I want to be like you. I want to be healthy and happy. And then again, I want to eat and I enjoy, and I have a very difficult time like an alcoholic or a sugar addict or a crackhead or whatever with addictions. And eating is, because I've never been a picky eater, I like everything. Everything. I don't necessarily crave sugar and stuff. Probably more carbs than that, like bread, chips. Pretty much everything I like is a damn carb. Well, this guy enlightened me to the fact that it's not so much carbs as it is something about inflammation. So, you're not going to believe what I'm going to say at the end of this. So I'm starting to listen. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to rethink this again. I'm not even going to tell anybody because they're all going to laugh. You ain't going to do it. You can't stick with it. He started going into it, and I was like, what is he talking about? He made it so positive. Man, after 14 hours, you start to feel this and that. And instead of I'm thinking, after 20 hours, I'm going to be hungry. I'm not going to be feeling so excited. I'm going to be starving to death. And then he started making me feel like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. The guy's smart. He's using some words. And just like a lot of them on there, it's got you guys convinced that, every healed patient is a lost customer to a doctor. I've heard them all. I know the sayings. And so I'm like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows a hell of a lot more about it than I do and what the body goes through. And I know about ketosis, and I did the Atkins thing once. I lost some weight. I know it works. If you don't eat, you lose weight. You're on a deserted island. You can't find anything to eat. And they find you about a week, 2 later. You're going to look different. So he talked about drinking water only and not eating for 3 days. At the end of the video, this is where you're going to get mad at me, I said, the hell with that. It sounds like you're just going to be hungry. And then you're just going to eat like crazy when it's over, and it's going to come right back, and blah, blah, blah. Then I thought, I slept on it last night, and I woke up this morning still thinking about it, about at least the window of time when you stop eating in the afternoon and you don't eat again until like noon the next day. You do this certain fast every day, and then you work into a 24-hour fast. And the guy started talking then about, don't just do this 3-day water-only fast, just first time. Start fasting a little bit and doing that, and then, go for it. So I might, work towards that. And then another thing you can do in the very beginning, in the baby steps, is to really get serious about eschewing the damn foods that are blowing your ass up. Cookies, crackers, cakes, pies, bread, carbohydrates. Now, he did say something about it ain't the carbohydrates as it is some of these things that are causing inflammation. But it is interesting that our anatomy and how our body responds. He talks about how, when the refrigerator is full and you can just go anytime you want, you just keep replenishing. You're a sugar burner or you're a fat burner. That's what he talked about. If you're a sugar burner, all you do is you keep eating your refrigerator's full, but when your refrigerator runs out of food and your body switches over to being a fat burner because you don't have the carbs and the sugar to keep burning off, you know what I'm talking about. I know a lot of you are like, now he's on the rails. So I'm getting more information. And even though I might not do like you did and just jump on it and be good at it, unless I decide on something, once I make my mind up to something, it's just that I guess I wasn't ready, willing, and able. But, you know, this whole thing of going to the heart doctor and I got to check my blood pressure. I'm on these pills, and a lot of you give me grief about that. Let me tell you, I don't want to take a pill. I don't want to take an aspirin. I don't want to take anything. And I did learn, too, I'm not going to take these vitamins. If you're not eating with the vitamin at the same time, you're just wasting it. Vitamins are a supplement, right? They're supposed to be taken with food. Sitting here in the morning, not having any breakfast and swallowing some B12s and C's and all that stuff with my Stalin pill, other than the Stalin pill, none of that stuff is working. You're just wasting your money. And, you know, that's not going to, and I know a lot of people do that. They probably inhale these vitamins and don't even eat anything. So, that's good coffee. I'm getting hopped up. So let me get in the shower, wash the sleep off. I got plenty of house cleaning to do, bike assemblies, things coming in the mail for the point of view, POV, camera holder. I hope it works. How am I going to be able to see what it looks at? You know, I have to do a little trial and error. But excited about that. And a little later on today, I will have this broken tooth that fell off. And it's because of the filling that they used 100 years ago that I've got in there that breaks the tooth, that expands. Takes 20 years. That's how long ago it was. And this broken one. That'll be 2 more, a total of 4 of what teeth I have that will be good bean choppers for the rest of my days. And it's going to be worth the money. It's painful, but once you write the check or give them the credit card, the pain is over. Then you can enjoy, you know, knowing you can go off somewhere and you don't have to worry about your tooth breaking out of your head and you got pain and you're not at home. So we got to do it. We got to crush it.